Hello, everyone. This is Linda Drummond with Network in Action. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Jessica DeFeo. Hello, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hope you are too.
Thank you.
Now, Jessica, let's begin by telling everyone your company name and what it is that you do.
So my company name is JMD, which is just my initials, Creative Consulting. In a really high level, tiny, neat little box, I become small business owners' marketing directors. So I call myself the small business CMO.
Wonderful. Now, tell me that, as you said, it's a little niche there. How did you decide to go into this business?
So I've been in various forms of marketing probably over the last, I don't know, 5 to 7 years. And I've done different things. I've been a web designer for several years. I was a social media manager and content creator, a strategist. And before I have this business, I did a marketing and branding digital company. I co-owned that business. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about marketing. I've learned a lot about particularly small business owners. And the one big gap that I kept seeing over and over and over again, not only in my clients, but also in my networking, was that no one truly had a plan, an idea for how to market their business. So they were consistently guessing, they were consistently frustrated, and they were consistently just hiring people. They didn't know what the actual work was getting done. And 9 times out of 10, they weren't seeing any return on their investment. But the reason why is because they didn't have someone who was overseeing the marketing for them, coming with a background and making sure that all of their marketing pieces were meeting the goals of the business and then being able to tie everything together. So when I saw that there was a huge gap for that, I thought, I know how to do all of that and I'm really good at it and I love it. So I decided to create this business where I come in and I oversee all of your marketing and I help you get it done and see results.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, and because it is such a passion of yours and you can
Mhm.
see it and hear it in your voice, how about sharing a success story with us?
I think, it's interesting. So it's an interesting word to me. And I get that question actually a lot when I have discovery calls because people will say that exact thing to me. Like, well, can you give me a success story? Can you give me some results that you've done? And success means something very different to every single client of mine, right? And I actually start out when I onboard a client, I actually ask that exact question. What is your version of success with us working together? I need to know that because I have some clients that are like, I need to see lead generation. I need to see my sales increase. I need to see all of these things. Does those things happen? Yes, absolutely. Do they take time? Yes. Do we pivot from that goal and move to different goals? Yes. Do I have some clients that say, I want to know how to literally just market myself in networking spaces. I want to be able to feel confident that when I go out and I tell someone about my business, I'm able to say it and speak it, and someone knows exactly what I'm doing right off the bat because I've never been able to do that before. So there are so many different ways to market yourself. There's so many ways to bring leads in to see. We all want sales. We're all building towards sales. So do I have success stories of increase in revenue? Yes, absolutely. Is it probably the traditional ways that you're thinking? Like, oh, we just we increased their social media or we did digital ad space. Not always, right? Some people, I have success stories where they literally are so confident and so clear about who their ideal client is and who they're actually trying to target and reach that they found the passion of why they started their business in the first place. So it depends on what kind of success, but yeah, I mean, we could talk till next Tuesday, Linda. Like, that's what I do. That's what I'm here. I want to be able for everyone to feel successful, but that can mean something different to every person.
Absolutely right. And I love those stories, you've got to hit their success, not
Yeah,
what you consider your
correct.
success.
Or everyone's like overall umbrella version of success. And it's not a cookie cutter way to work. And it's certainly not a cookie cutter way that I want to support my clients either. Yeah.
Wonderful. So just tell me, what would you consider a really good referral for you? Who do you want as your clients?
Yeah. So I work with kind of two buckets of ideal clients, right? I work with one version, which is what I call the solopreneur. They are doing everything, they're wearing all the hats, and they probably don't have yet the revenue within their business to hire a full team to support their marketing. Because one of the things about me that makes me a little different, I'm not executing the marketing, what I call fulfillment, meaning I'm not in charge of your social media, but I run it and I make sure that it's on brand, the messaging is there, we're talking to the right, we're getting the results. I'm not actually doing or designing your website, but I'm overseeing the process and reporting back to my client, right? So I'm making sure that we are able to see all the different parts of the marketing when a solopreneur is probably doing all of those parts themselves, right? So I'm going to guide her. I'm going to tell her what she needs to post and when, so she doesn't feel like she's by herself. The other bucket that I help are what I call like micro team business owners. They probably have a small team of people and they have a revenue, monthly revenue, yearly revenue that allows them to hire a full social media team, a full web, SEO, digital ad team. But again, I'm overseeing all of them so they can continue with their business and they don't have to be running and overseeing that show.
Wonderful. That's a great client. All right, now, when you are not helping everyone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, find their success, what do you like to do for fun?
Let me tell you why I love and hate this question. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing several other projects. I'm on a board of a nonprofit. I'm a single mom. So when someone says, "What do you do for fun?" I'm like, when I have a glass of wine or a great like glass of bourbon and I can sit on my patio and just watch the sunset by myself, that is my version of fun. Because when my brain can finally just relax, that's usually what I get to look forward to. When things are just kind of peaceful and quiet. That's a really boring answer. I fully understand that. But I also like to travel. So if you tell me, like, let's jump on a plane tomorrow and go to God knows where, I won't think twice. Like, I'm just going to pack my bag and just figure it out when I get there. And I love live music. Like, I've been going to a few concerts lately, and I just forgot how much I love being in that space and just having that group experience with music is just really powerful. So those are my top three fun answers for you.
I love that. I love that. And there really is nothing like finding fun being alone.
Yeah. Yes. As I get older, I realize that that's kind of the way that I want to live my life. So, win-win.
Yes, totally understand that. All right, finally, Jess, if someone hears this and they need your services or they know someone that really needs to talk to you about your services, what
Yeah.
is the best way for them to reach out to you?
So there's probably two best ways. So my company name is JMD Creative Consulting, but my website is my name. So jessicadefeo.com is my website. And then info at jessicadefeo.com is my email. So they can either reach out to me and see me and my website and get a feel for who I am and what I do, or they could just make a great introduction over email and I can take it from there. But either way, our referrals are always just so appreciated.
Great. Well, it has been such a pleasure speaking to you, learning
Yes,
more
thank
about
you,
your
love.
business. And I wish you the best of luck and welcome to Network in Action.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Great. Well, you have a fantastic day.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.